I didn't expect her to even remember my name. I definitely didn't expect her to say it the way she does, like she's holding it in her mouth for just a moment longer than necessary. Her name is Elena, my best friend's mom. Every Friday, I pretend I don't time my arrival at their house to when she gets back from her morning shift. I act casual, hands shoved in my jacket pockets, scrolling my phone, waiting for my friend to show up. But really, I'm waiting to hear her keys at the door. Today, I'm early. Too early. I'm standing outside their gate with a plastic cup of iced coffee, the cheap kind that sweats fast. My friend said he'd be back around noon. It's barely 10. The street is quiet. A dog barking somewhere, a leaf blower down the block, cold sunlight reflecting off someone's car window. Then her car pulls in. She notices me before she even parks. That tiny lift of her eyebrows, surprise, but not the bad kind. She steps out of the car, loosening the band holding her hair up. I pretend not to watch her fingers working through the strands. But I do. I always do. Morning, she says, voice a little raspy from long hours and too much coffee. You're early. I shrug. Couldn't sleep. She smiles, tired but real. I get that. I follow her up the walkway. She unlocks the door, pushes it open. I hesitate in the doorway like I always do, even though she's invited me in 100 times. She looks back. Lucas, you're letting the cold in. Right. I step inside. The house smells like laundry and toast. Familiar. Warm. My friend is nowhere. He texted me last night. Yeah, come through tomorrow, and then didn't bother answering when I asked for a time. Typical. Elena sets her bag down on the counter. She glances at my coffee, the flimsy plastic cup, and shakes her head. You always drink that watered-down stuff? It's cheap. So is water. Water tastes like water. She laughs. Not a big laugh, just a soft exhale. She opens a cabinet and pulls out a mug. Sit, she says. I'll make you something better. I lower myself onto a stool by the kitchen island. My knee bounces. I try to force it still, pressing my palm against it. She moves around the kitchen with this quiet efficiency, like she's memorized every inch of the space and doesn't need to think about where anything is. She hands me a mug, real coffee, fresh and steaming. Careful. Hot. Our fingers brush. It's nothing. It's everything. Her eyes hold mine maybe 1 second too long. I look away first. She wipes her hands on a towel. So, how's school? I shrug again. It's fine. That doesn't sound convincing. I guess. I don't really know what I'm doing yet. Most people don't, she says. They just pretend better. I nod, swallowing the sip that suddenly tastes too strong. I don't tell her that I dropped a class last week. I don't tell her that I sleep too much in the afternoon and stay up at night scrolling through old photos. I don't tell her that loneliness feels like a second skin lately. Her phone buzzes on the counter. She checks it and sighs. He's running late, she says, meaning her son, meaning my reason for being here. Oh, I manage. Just stay. Her voice softens. You're already here. She walks toward the hallway, pausing at the end. I watch the way she leans against the frame for support, like the week has been heavier than usual. Then she turns back, and with a simple, practiced motion, she reaches for the lock and turns it. The click is small, but it echoes everywhere. Her eyes find mine again, questioning, or maybe asking me not to question at all. Now it's just us. I tell myself it's nothing. The locked door, the way sunlight hits her hair, the coffee warming my hands more than it should. She moves through the living room, picking up shoes that aren't hers, a jacket her son left draped over a chair. I should start charging him for cleanup, she says. I grin. Make him do chores. That's parenting, right? She throws me a look over her shoulder, playful, but there's a tired edge there. I tried, once, she says. He said I needed to chill. She settles onto the sofa with a quiet exhale, rubbing a hand over her forehead. The silence stretches. I take a slow sip of coffee to fill the space. You okay? I ask. Her hand lowers. Just tired. Simple answer. But her eyes say she's carrying more than that. I sit across from her, clutching the mug like it's an anchor. My friend wouldn't arrive for a while. Who knows if he even remembered? He forgets people when they're not in front of him. That's who he is. I'm not sure what that makes me. Elena studies the clock as if time might apologize for being slow. You know, she says, when I was your age, I thought life would look different by now. I kind of laugh, but it comes out awkward. I feel the opposite. I thought things would stay the same forever. She tilts her head. You don't like change? I don't like drifting, I admit. Everyone else seems sure of something. I'm just here. Her expression softens. She shifts to the side, tucking one leg under herself. Lucas, being unsure isn't failure. It's honest. I look down at the coffee. A drop slides over my thumb, too hot. Honest. I'm not even being honest about why I came early. She continues, maybe without thinking. When his dad left, I pretended I wasn't falling apart. I didn't want my son to think I was weak. I glance up. There's a tiny crack in her voice. A truth she didn't mean to give away. I shouldn't feel special hearing it. So you did everything alone? I ask quietly. Her eyes flick to mine, and then away, fast. I had to. The room feels suddenly too full, with things unsaid, with years I don't know about, with a loneliness that feels familiar. I place my mug down, adjusting it until the handle lines up straight. Tiny habits. Tiny shields. She watches me do it. What are you thinking, she asks. That you deserve someone who notices. I say before I can stop it. Her breath catches. I look away, heat rushing into my neck. A beat passes. She stands and walks toward me. Slow, like she's still deciding. Then she reaches, fingertips brushing a crumb off my sleeve that probably isn't even there. Her hand lingers a second too long. It's the smallest gesture. It feels like something's shifting beneath us. I notice you, she murmurs, barely audible. I don't know why that moment stays with me. Maybe because it felt like someone finally saw me. After she touches my sleeve, everything changes, not out loud, but inside the silence. Elena steps back like she suddenly remembers something. Her hand drops to her side. She clears her throat and turns away, pretending to straighten the pillows on the couch. I pretend to check my phone, even though there's nothing there. The moment hangs between us, fragile, like a glass left too close to an edge. So, she says, voice a little too bright. He should be here any minute. I nod, though we both know it's not true. My friend once arrived 3 hours late and called it basically on time. Elena moves into the kitchen and opens the fridge, staring into it like she might find answers among leftover pasta and milk cartons. I watch her, the tightness in her shoulders, the way she taps one nail against the shelf. She's pulling back, protecting herself. I should too. I don't. Can I help with something? I ask. She looks over, surprised I'm still here. No, you're a guest. I don't mind. She hesitates, then gives the smallest nod toward a stack of mail on the counter. Can you pass me that? I hand her the envelopes. Electricity where our fingers almost meet again. She flips through them. Bills, ads, a dentist reminder. She sighs quietly, the kind of sigh someone only lets out when they forget they're not alone. Is it hard? I ask. Doing everything on your own? Her eyes lift to mine. There's that flicker again, vulnerability, unguarded. Some days, she whispers. We stay like that, eyes locked too long. An invisible step closer. Another. Then, keys rattle in the front door. We jump apart like the air caught fire. The door swings open and her son walks in, headphones around his neck, oblivious. Hey, he says. Didn't know you'd be early, bro. He tosses his bag on the floor. Doesn't look at his mom. Doesn't notice anything. Elena's voice is suddenly brisk, distant. You could have texted. He shrugs, heading to his room. My phone died. The door slams shut behind him. Silence again, but a different kind now. Heavily guarded. Barbed around the edges. I set my empty mug in the sink, careful not to make noise. Elena wipes her palms on her jeans, not meeting my eyes. He's here now, she says. You should hang out. Something stings in the way she says it. Like I've overstayed a place I wasn't supposed to be in. I nod, heading toward the hallway. But before I turn the corner, she speaks again, low. Lucas. I stop. When I look back, she's already moving toward me, steps quiet and slow. She reaches forward, not touching me, just close enough that I feel her warmth. Her voice barely exists. About before, my heart stumbles. Then her son's door clicks open again, footsteps returning. She pulls her hand back like she's been burned. Later, she breathes. I don't know what she meant. I do. We almost crossed something, and neither of us is pretending we didn't. The next week, I tell myself I won't go to their house early again. Then I find myself walking the same familiar sidewalk at the same familiar time, maybe even a little earlier. I stop around the corner, pretending to check messages that aren't there. My friend texted me, "Be here by 12," which could mean anything from 11:30 to never. The wind carries the faint smell of someone's lawn just mowed. It feels like a day that could go wrong. I turn the corner and see her. Elena is outside with a grocery bag in one arm, wrestling with a stubborn key in the front lock. Strands of hair keep falling into her face. I hurry up the path before I can think better of it. "Here," I say, taking the bag before she protests. She does anyway. "I've got it, Lucas." "I know. Let me anyway." She unlocks the door with a frustrated sigh. It swings open, and she steps inside first. I follow, placing the bag gently on the counter. Her thanks is too soft, like she's afraid to sound grateful. "He's not home," she adds. "Not looking at me. Went to see a movie." I nod slowly. "So it's just us?" Her breath catches. Not a yes, not a no. Just a caught moment. She starts unpacking groceries, cereal, pasta, apples. All the normal things that shouldn't feel intimate. I help without asking, handing her items one by one. She freezes when our fingers touch around a carton of eggs. This time she doesn't pull away. I do. It hurts to do it. "I shouldn't rely on you so much," she says. The eggs sit on the counter between us like a fragile argument. "You don't," I say too quickly. Her eyes find mine, searching for something that might ruin us. "You're young," she says. "There's a whole world waiting for you. Friends, relationships with people who won't complicate your life." My throat tightens. Jealousy flicks sharp and fast. "You mean someone my age?" She doesn't answer. That's answer enough. I look down at the apple in my hand, turning it over in my palm. Stupid object suddenly charged, like everything else in this house. I don't feel seen by people my age, I admit. I barely feel here. She steps closer, one slow shuffle, until I feel the air shift between us. "Lucas," she whispers, like my name could break. "I come here," I say, voice unsteady, "because you make me feel like I exist. Like what I say matters. Like I matter." Her hand lifts, hesitates, then cups my cheek. Her fingertips are cold from the fridge. I should step back, say something neutral, laugh it off. Instead, I lean into her touch. Her eyes widen. Fear, wanting, panic, tangled together. "What are we doing?" she asks, breath warm against me. The apple rolls from my hand to the floor. Neither of us looks down. She's so close our foreheads almost meet. I whisper, "Do you want me to stop?" The question hangs there, dangerous, trembling, and she can't answer without changing everything. She doesn't answer. Not yes, not no. Instead, she lowers her hand from my cheek like it suddenly weighs too much. "I can't," she breathes. "Not like this." Before I can speak, she steps back. A full meter of safety, or distance, or denial. I'm not sure which hurts more. She turns away, bracing herself against the counter like the room tilted without warning. The apple lies on the floor between us. Still, blameless. "Your son trusts me," I whisper. Her eyes close, pained. "I know. And I trust you." She shakes her head, not disagreeing, just refusing to let the words land where they want to. "Lucas, I have a life. A hard swallow. A messy one you don't see." I wait. I want her to keep talking. I want to know the parts she hides. "There's someone I used to be with," she finally says. "Someone who complicates things." I feel jealousy, immediate and bitter. "Are you still together?" "No, it's too quick. Too quiet." But he keeps coming back. My son still hopes. Maybe family can be fixed. It hits me. The heartbreak she's been protecting for years. A house wired with ghosts. I nod, though every part of me wants to fight what she's saying. I get it, I lie. She doesn't look convinced. She doesn't look at me at all. I leave soon after, though she doesn't ask me to. The air feels wrong now, like I stayed too long at a party no one invited me to. Outside, my footsteps sound too loud. I check my phone. No messages. The next day, I don't show up early. The day after that, I don't show up at all. I stare at my phone so much the screen burns into my eyes, checking for a notification that isn't coming. I type out a message 3 times. Are you okay? Do you want to talk? Did I mess everything up? I delete each one. Hope, confusion, withdrawal. It all blends together until I can't tell which is which. Days pass like that, paused and muted. She becomes a thought I carry like a bruise. One night, my friend invites me over. You never come around anymore, he says, tossing me a soda like everything is normal. She keeps asking if you're busy or something. My pulse stumbles. What did you tell her? He shrugs. That you're probably fine. You always are. He doesn't notice the silence that follows. While he plays a game, I drift down the hallway, looking for something I won't admit I'm looking for. From the cracked open kitchen door, I see her, leaning against the counter, staring down at her phone, thumb hovering over the screen. Then she locks it, places it face down, and breathes like someone swallowing disappointment. I step forward, then stop. Frozen. I could walk in, say something harmless, make her smile again. Instead, I turn away. Coward or caution, I can't tell anymore. Outside, the porch light flickers once before going out. I don't feel heartbroken. I feel paused, like life forgot to finish the tank.